tonight. It's all about the boobs tonight.
Well, you know, there was a foursome being said to be had tonight.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Paul wants in on that too.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Happy Endings. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Happy Endings news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Happy Endings.
All right now, Happy Endings. We just got a woo woo woo. Okay, Happy Endings. Myself, and there's 3 beautiful girls. We will talk about that in just a second. It is Happy Endings, the after show on AfterBuzzTV.com for this great, funny, comedic ABC show that I feel like a lot of people watch Modern Family, and now because you're already on ABC, you're hopefully staying until 9:30 and you're watching this show in its first official season, Happy Endings. Today's episode was called Everybody Loves Grant, and it was quite the episode. My name is Ronnie Jr. of AfterBuzz, and I'm joined by our social media maven, guru, monster, just amazing with the vest, and her name is...
Kellie. Woo! And Team Vests were big on the show tonight.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
we try to dress according to what the show...
I can have a vest on too.
Yes, yeah, rocking the vest tonight.
You guys are
Well,
vesties.
as we're looking at everyone's chest, not mine exactly, and I'm only saying it because off camera they talked about it. But anyways, I'm not. Hey, hello, Miriam.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. You can be vesty too.
Vesty, busty, whatever you want to call it.
Or the penny
Talk about you as far as an entertainer. What brought you down here?
What brought me down
You
here?
love Happy Endings and you love
I
us.
do. I love Happy Endings. It's a funny show.
You in that shirt saying you love Happy Endings is just very funny to probably a lot of people who could watch. I mean, I know a lot of people check us out on iTunes, but, you know. Oh, real quick, thank you to Paul, our engineer, working very, very difficult, doing all the hard labor.
Gracias.
He's clapping for himself. Why not, right?
Love that.
That's how it should be done.
Miriam, how was your experience here watching Happy Endings with the crew?
You know, I really, really liked it. It was, it's nice to sit in a room and laugh with other people over something really funny.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I get to watch this usually by myself.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have a little entourage and to stop, pause, and did you catch that?
You didn't mind our commentary, did you?
No, I appreciate it because I was like, wait, did I miss something?
Oh, I love to use for this show, you have to use the DVR. You have to rewind what you just saw because there's a lot of jokes that, like, fly under, and you're like, wait, did I think I heard what I thought? You know, you just don't know. Real quick, our last co-host, definitely not least, always hanging out, Spicy, Maricela.
Gracias.
How are you
I'm
doing
doing well.
today?
Happy there was some Spanish incorporated in this episode today.
You're happy? Oh, the para hoy.
Yeah, para hoy.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of today's episode? I mean, I know it's a sitcom, and I get so excited about it, and a lot of people are, they get into the bigger shows or the HBO, Showtime shows, but I get really geeked out over ABC's Happy Endings. It's like the perfect release. Oh, no, did I say release? It's the perfect, like, life is just going, tough, difficult, or whatever, and then you get to smile and laugh with some friends. What do you guys think about today's episode?
I completely agree. It was crack for me this week. I needed my fix.
Yeah.
Definitely had a rough week, and then I tuned into Happy Endings, and I'm like cracking up with my friends all over again.
And last week we had Adam, I always say Paley, but it's Polly. How do we say it?
Pally.
Okay, who called in. And that's one of the things, like, what we have done with this AfterBuzz show, to tell Miriam, who's brand new to our little team here today, having the writers have called in. We've had Prentice Penny call in, and then we had one of the actors, too. So, what is it about this show that gets you kind of into it?
I mean, what isn't... There's so much about the show that it's like, where do I begin?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, the single girls constantly trying to find love, and the dating and the crazy married couple. I think we all have that crazy married couple friend
Right.
that are always trying to find like who would be the right. Let's do the foursome thing.
Oh, we all have those friends? I didn't know that, but okay. Paul the engineer, do you have, I mean, maybe.
In Chickland, we have them. I mean, I don't know about you girls, but I do. Like, I have my married friends, and then the rest of us were single, and
Okay.
they're who we kind of go to.
Well, obviously the whole episode was about Max and Grant. It was actually called Everyone Loves Grant. But yes, there was a huge portion of this episode that was about Brad and Jane. Now, break that down. You might as well be the one to break down what they were trying to do. They liked Grant so much that they wanted what?
They like you know, what was that book where they pet the rabbit till it's dead? It was kind of that thing, like, let's nurture him and keep him and suffocate him and make him ours. You know, and you know, it's getting a guy like Grant into the group is always like an added bonus for somebody. Bless you.
Okay, we're back. We're back on track.
That's part of the moment. It's randomness of the show.
Yes, I agree with that.
I dig that. So let's roll with it.
Yeah, basically what it was is, you know, it's a group of friends, and you know they've been referenced as the next version of Friends. This show, Happy Endings. And then Max, last episode, had a very romantic Valentine situation. What was the term? Taking Grant for granted. So Grant is back on this episode, and what is the actor's name? Because he's also on Shameless, guest starring as well. Do we have the name of...
James Wolk.
Yeah, so he's definitely popping up on a lot of shows right now. He gets on this episode, and everybody wants to befriend him.
Right.
And they go through... Pretty much it was weird because there are different... topics that we will talk about, but they all had to do in some weird way with impressing Grant. So there's Dave. Dave realized that in their group of friends, somebody's the type A, somebody is the couple, somebody is the blah, blah, blah. You know, everyone has a role.
Right.
And Dave's like, well, what is my role? And they said, well, you're just the Dave. So the whole episode, he's basically trying to impress everybody and say, no, I'm the cool guy of the group.
Right.
But he's not. This was just like too funny. Like, he was not the cool guy of the group.
So, but like, what was Dave? Like, before they gave him like just the Dave, what would you classify him as? Because he's definitely not the cool guy.
He's the single guy.
I would have said that. I would have said
The
yeah.
single guy.
Yeah, because he's out there post, you know, him and Alex almost got married, and she left him at the altar. So, yeah, he's the one. I guess he, not player by any means, but he's
He's
out.
just like the single guy.
He's like Penny. He was like a, Penny's
He's
out there.
the male version of Penny.
Yeah.
Ooh, have they ever hooked up? Or
No,
what?
remember the one episode where they kind of implied that a little when their parents were dating or something?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was
But
a
they
funny one.
haven't really
He's
explored
more
that
like
too much
the
yet.
dork to me. I would think of he's like the hopeless dork. Like, that's what I would think his role is.
Yeah.
But you guys think he's like the single kind of...
I don't really
Because he's not like a bachelor, like a cool bachelor.
No, he's just like a normal single guy. He's not like...
He's like the neighbor you take in that doesn't have dinner made for him. You're like, oh, honey, you can come here.
So you feel sorry for him.
Yeah, you kind of feel bad for him.
He's hopeless.
That's why
he's hopeless.
That's why he's not like
So
the
is that
cool Dave.
is
He's
that
just
charming?
the Dave.
Like,
He's
is he a
just
charming
Dave.
guy
He's
amongst his
He's not
group?
charming. He's not charming.
I think... I don't know.
He's
I
nice.
think he's more like approachable. Like, yeah, like the neighbor thing, but I don't necessarily feel sorry for him. He's just kind of
No,
like...
He's adorable. He's like the straight
I
pet
don't
you
know.
take in. Like, aw. Like what you were saying. You just
Yeah.
wanna
But
go
he didn't
cuddle.
know that.
But
He-
you don't, the straight pet. You're like, oh man, straight pet. Here you go. Here's some food.
Yeah, and on this episode he did. It wasn't that sad of an episode.
Sorry. No, I mean not like that.
Yeah.
You
And
guys are a tough...
And what tough crowd. Why didn't you guys talk about some of the things he did in this episode in order to try to prove that he was cool? I mean, he had slang that was
Okay.
not very.
The sunglasses.
He did the sunglasses,
scarf.
indoor scarf.
The indoor
Yes.
scarf.
Uh-huh. Did he do the deep V-neck? I mean, he'd been doing the V-neck.
He didn't do it this episode. We didn't
Oh,
see the-
okay.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't see him do,
Well, he
you
had
know-
the scarf. It wasn't...
Oh no, he went
yeah.
shirtless.
Yes, shirtless, trying to fix the
Shirtless.
doorknob.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's
Yes.
trying to fix things. We see him, the worst of
Tool
all,
belt.
motorcycle. That's like, you know, he tried to do the Fonz where he
Yeah.
shows up in like a motorcycle. It totally did not work for him.
Yeah.
So definitely not the cool guy. But I mean, his effort was cute though. It was very adorable.
Yeah. And he was basically competing with Grant because they thought Grant was the cool guy in the group.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of how they were breaking it down. So Brad and Jane, they realized that the two of them are the most desirable couple, and they're thinking, well, wait a minute, why is Grant not wanting to sleep with us? They think that every couple should want to at least sleep with them.
Right.
They're not going to do it necessarily, but that's what they want.
They want to be asked.
That's their desire, right?
Yes.
So I mean, again, Jane is
It's an
this-
ego thing. I can understand that.
Yeah, Jane is funny. We know Brad is Damon Wayans Jr. is so funny, and they came up with a little idea of what was Brad's payoff on how he could get them to get a couple to sleep with them. What was the thing he was
His
doing?
breadsticks.
The
walking
breadstick.
Yeah.
legs.
And, and if you're not watching the show, like obviously I know some people are mixed with the whole like physical comedy, but I said it before, like I don't really like it, but Damon Wayans Jr. does it so well on this show.
Perfect. He
I
hits
mean,
it on the money every time.
From the facial expressions, do you remember the episode where they were doing the little jump rope? Remember they were doing the little jump rope? It was Max. Max was doing the little schoolgirl dance, and then all of a sudden Dane Wayne Jr. Hey, with the hand right here, I mean,
Yes.
he looked like a little 14-year-old Catholic schoolgirl. It was the funniest thing. So he really nails that whole aspect. What did you think of Jane? I know me and Kelly,
Why do you ask me this? Because you know what I'm going to say.
because you love her now, right?
Why does? Okay, I'm sorry, but can somebody please call me and tell me what actor played Sean? It's killing me. I recognize his face. I can't find it anywhere, and knows.
It looked like a CW actor, but we couldn't
I
place the
recognize
person.
him
That
from
perfect
somewhere.
face.
Where is he? He's adorable. Where is he from? Somebody please tell me. Tweet me. Tell me.
We'll go off that actor. That actor, which we don't know the name. I know. I'm surprised you don't find it on Twitter. You find everything
I
else
find
on Twitter.
everything, and nobody knows.
Um,
Somebody tell me. please.
Real quick,
It's a mystery. It makes you want him even more.
I know.
we'll
He's
talk.
probably like on Pretty Little Liars or something.
Right, he
Somebody
has
tell
one of
me.
those CW faces. He has like the perfect Clark Kent face.
That's who I thought. I thought it was one of the
David
actors.
Thank you, Happy Rights. It's David Rogers.
David
That's
Rogers.
his name.
Wait,
Thank you.
Happy Rights. Oh, okay. They're giving
Yes.
us all the information we need. Good. Call us too.
He's so cute. I love him.
Yeah, his episode or his storyline was basically he just did whatever Penny,
But
whatever
I
Penny
love
wanted.
that. I
yes,
love that.
he was so cute.
Like,
He
He
wasn't
was
even
blind.
a.
He was
He,
like, ah,
he was a
whatever.
teacher, not an architect or whatever she decided.
What did she say? He was a pharmacist?
A pharmacist.
Because it became the biggest competition between everyone who was in a couple. I was actually surprised Alex and Dave didn't, how they were an ex-couple.
Right.
I thought maybe they'd even get back together for the sake of the episode to compete, but I guess Dave didn't really want to
But it
compete.
makes sense for her character to not let Max break up with him. She had to play her lovebird
Well,
matchmaking,
is
which I
that-
love her role.
Oh, like last week she was the same
Yeah, she was a
Valentine.
matchmaker. So she would not let him put his foot in his mouth and break up
Mhm.
with the great guy.
Yeah.
So she had to, interject and stuff, bread in his mouth or
Right.
a vegetable, whatever could
Mhm.
shut him up so he wouldn't break up with, Grant.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, Alex is the hopeless romantic, and Dave is just hopeless.
Exactly.
Oh. So-
I think just in this last
Yeah,
10-minute
I
conversation.
Yeah, I
Aw,
mean
poor
clearly they're gonna
Dave.
get back together at some point in the in the series,
Hopefully.
right?
I mean, most exes do.
I mean,
But
it's
they're gonna dangle it over us. They're gonna play
Yeah,
that
this is
whole
barely
Will and
season
Grace
1.
thing where we like fall in love with them. We want
This
them to
is
hook up,
Ross
but they
and
never
Rachel.
hook up. Yeah.
Wait, what's
They were
Twitter
on a
saying?
break.
No,
Right.
I think it's like I think it's like technically season 2, right?
It is.
You know?
Yeah,
It's
I
technically
now.
season 2,
Yeah,
right?
I was on IMDb. It is
Yeah.
actually season 2. It's gonna be the Ross and Rachel thing. It's gonna
Right.
be. We'll see it. But I don't think anytime soon. I think maybe
no,
like
they're gonna
season
tease us more. We have to want it more.
when you least expect it. So yeah, Alex wasn't in it too much. She shined at the end because she was really.
Yeah, she was
right.
just in it a tidbit this time. They gave
but-
Jane a little bit more star power.
Yeah,
this
Jane and
episode.
Brad, just a lot of funny jokes throughout the whole episode. You had Sean and Penny again. So Penny's not really, because I had asked Kelly, we had to stop the DVR, have we seen this Sean character, the actor you just named? We hadn't seen him, but even Penny, the whole time she's talking with Brad and Jane, oh, well, no, we're the perfect couple you should go out with.
Competition the entire
So we
time.
start meeting this guy Sean, who's Penny's taken out, but she don't even care about him. She really is just trying to sell him. It was like she was trying to market him,
Right.
to have like this couples date or whatever.
Poor
So
Sean.
there was this couples battle between pretty much everybody there.
Because he wound up getting dumped at the end.
Yeah.
What if
He
he wanted to
obviously
do a
wasn't-
foursome?
But once they got the validation that they needed, like, yes, you wanted our hot
They're
bodies.
over it.
Yeah, they're like, you're so 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. So
Poor
yeah,
baby.
he was played the entire episode. But I definitely do like Jane and her. She said, Am I hearing a noise? Possibly. Well, either way.
Can I say that every wardrobe they do on the show, from like the mimicking of Grant's tie with the vest,
That was
and
good. Yeah.
that was really really cute. And then when Dave was doing his V-necks, And then we also talked about pleather jackets on our
I'm telling you,
episode.
we need a stylist to come in here. You guys listening? We would love to have you come and talk about the clothes because the clothes are always like a
Oh,
character.
stylist
It's
from the
like-
show.
Yeah, stylist from the show.
Like,
yeah.
it's fabulous. I love the way that they style them every
Yeah.
single episode. There's always like a trending.
Do you remember the
wardrobe
baby tees
topic.
when Alex was selling
Those
the
were
baby
cute,
tees
too.
and all the teenagers were wearing them?
Yes.
It was so
I
inappropriate.
think I had those. I had like some tops like that when I was a little bit younger.
Of course you did.
Thanks.
I'm just teasing.
I'm gonna have something to say spicy, girl.
Hey now.
Hey.
I want to go back to Jane real quick because you never really get into her like as far as we laugh at her. But how about when she said a couple things. Obviously she said para hoy, which was probably on Twitter a bunch of times too.
Yes.
But off of that she said something along the lines of Grant makes me want to live in the moment. This is when they're all kind of comparing why they like Grant so much. Makes me want to live in the moment. And then she like looked at at Brad. She's like, "Which is so difficult for me." Don't you get like her type A personality?
Penny delivered the para oi though.
No.
Was it Penny or?
I thought it was originally
Penny
Jane.
or Alex who delivered the para oi?
No, I
Who
thought it was
delivered
no,
para oi?
whose idea? Whose
that-
thing was it?
No, who said it on the show?
Jane.
She said live in the moment.
No,
but then
she
somebody
said
else
both,
said it in
I thought.
Spanish.
No, I think they both did. Maybe
Well,
somebody tell me. Did they?
A couple
I think
people
they
said it
both
after, but it was Jane who said it. I mean, Jane was just like saying, "I don't
I think
live
Dave
in."
said it too and was like kind of like whatever about it. I think
Yeah.
I think at one point most
No,
of them said
Dave
it. Right?
said it because he was like, "Oh yeah, whatever, para hoy, live in the moment."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He was saying, "No, don't live in the moment. Be cool,"
Nah,
because he's
nah,
trying to
babe.
prove his coolness, which
I know.
I should know. Trying to prove that you're cool is just not a good idea because you just
It
look
never
more
works.
corny than ever. So okay, Sean and Penny. Penny. Did we have any favorite lines from Penny? Because she really is literally like our favorite. Is she your favorite too?
I love her
Casey Wilson
abbreviations for everything.
Off the beginning of the show.
Yes.
What was
Her
her?
relation.
That's what I wrote that down.
Every episode
Yeah.
She has something.
Is that what you call it when it's kind of half-assed?
That was her.
And she knows she just
My relation.
abbreviates everything.
Yeah, she. And then who led off the show with the what you always say, the bounce chicka
Oh,
Dave.
That was Dave.
It was Dave, and
what was-
nobody gave him love about it. And then
What was that in reference to though? What was he?
you don't remember Grant and
Oh.
and Max
Because they were all
date?
spying. They were all.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because they were all staring at the perfect Grant. That they all enjoyed. Okay, cool. So Grant was the star of the show. Because everyone wanted to be his friend. But the only person that didn't really like him or wanted to dump him was actually Max.
Right.
Because why?
Because he was too perfect, and he felt like if my lover is perfect, I then are not perfect, and he's gonna leave me. So he was trying to kind of do some self-sabotaging going on,
Yeah.
and he was gonna break up with him.
And the person he talked to about that was Alex, right?
Right,
That's
of
who he
course, the
shared.
relationship girl.
Yeah, it's funny how
The
she's
hopeless
becoming the
romantic.
yeah, and then I like that she has all these jokes where like she's just like, oh, they would do a joke, 1, 2, 3, and then like her turn to say the joke or join in on that. They were like, no, you missed it, and that's actually how it opened up too. So,
Right.
and she does that a lot. That's actually like one of my favorite
Yeah, they
parts.
kind of make her like the kind of aloof kind of
She's
girl.
adorkable,
But yeah,
not.
she's
I mean, I know that's what they
adorkable, but
say
in a
on
cute
Zoe
way.
Deschanel, but she's more adorkable. I like it. I definitely think she's.
She's more precious than
Mhm.
she is dorky.
Yeah, that was actually funny too. Let's go back to the dressing alike. So at one point they all dressed alike.
All the guys.
Right, they
Except
all-
for Max. He's the only one that didn't have a vest, I don't think. He had a tie,
No.
but I don't think
Well,
he had a
Max
vest.
is like sloppy. He's never gonna.
Yeah.
He looked really cute
He
this
lo-
episode,
He's
though.
Who?
totally cute.
Max.
Yes.
I thought this was the episode he was like worried about being overweight. He was looking at
I
the
know.
toaster.
Well, no, but just in general, though, he was a little bit more put together as far as his wardrobe.
And he looks like
I-
he's leaning out.
I thought
Yeah.
quite the opposite. I thought because the episode was about him being insecure or whatever. Oh, good little exchange with Alex and Max in her shop. When he says, "Oh, I know I have a tough exterior," and she goes, "Actually, you're kind of soft." And then he keeps going. And this is how the show goes. Like there are all these under the tone comments. I know I have a tough exterior. Actually, you're kind of soft. And I know what did he say?
he
and
says, you're smarter than you are tall.
Yeah.
well, that's how she. Yeah.
Right before he left, I was like, ah,
Yeah.
he got her good.
She was just like, yeah, everything he said, she would go against or whatever. And it's these little under your breath comments that are so funny. But yeah, he had a tough time, and he wanted to get away from Grant being so perfect. But it turns out at the end of the episode, Grant was only doing that to what? To
win over the
approval,
friends.
yeah.
yeah, and
But a lot of guys do that when they're first meeting the friends. Even girls too. When you're first meeting the friends, you want to be liked.
yeah,
So and I'm sure he did not want to do all of those things that he was doing.
yeah,
But it was to getting good with the friends. Because if the friends like you, you're in there with your partner.
yeah. And he worked for it, yeah, but it wasn't. I didn't expect him to go off at the end, like, oh, And then the best was like, oh, all of you are great, but I'm like bending over backwards just trying to make you happy. But Dave, I can't get you to like me. And Dave was like, hey, like that made Dave so
What did he
happy.
say? I am what I am.
I am what I am.
No,
yeah.
he said that too, but he goes, I'm in what?
Impenetrable. Like
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, you can. He's not touchable. You can't. And he was like proud of that.
That was the big payoff. Yeah. Oh, what about the girls? This is kind of earlier in the episode. All three of them focused so hard to get Grant out of his T-shirt. Once
That was so cute.
you Miss T-shirt girl over there, tell me about getting out of a T-shirt. I don't
You
know.
know,
Happy endings. Whoa,
Well-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
happy endings out of a T-shirt. I mean, just keep them coming, underhanded.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole theme of the show, right?
I feel like we start to
Totally.
talk like the happy endings people. Not as funny. Sorry, Penny Prentice. I know you're the writer and all. Come join us. Ooh, that would be a big challenge for Penny Prentice. Prentice Penny. I always get his name wrong because he's got a tough Twitter handle
Prentice
as well.
Penny.
But my point is, I wonder, is he as funny?
In person.
Yeah, like
Live
sitting
in
here on the
action?
panel with us. And the only reason I say it,
Ooh,
I say it with,
challenge. I hear
No.
a challenge.
Sounds like a
No,
challenge.
no.
Bring it on.
I say it with love because we've been saying like he's gonna come on the show, and it's not like he doesn't support our AfterBuzz show. He clearly does. He tweeted you already. You hadn't even stepped foot in
She's part of
AfterBuzz.
the crew now. She's
I mean,
in
I
the
know you're
family.
Miriam, you know, and the
I'm
whole
just me.
yeah. I am who I am.
I am what I am.
But I would like to get him here because I want to see how influential he is. I mean, we got to talk about this writer friend of ours from ABC's Happy Endings. He called us one of our first episodes, right?
I think it was like the second one,
Yeah.
right? I think so, yeah.
He was on it.
was that barely our first or second time
It was
hanging
like the
out?
first or second time.
Kelly,
was
does
it?
it not
Oh,
feel
maybe
like?
no, it was the first one, maybe. I don't remember.
It was the first one in this
In
studio.
the studio, yes.
B.
This episode 2.
Um,
for us.
No, we were in the big studio when he did.
no, we actually
Oh,
weren't.
was it
I
no?
remember because
I don't know. I don't remember
It's okay.
what today is.
Um,
Anyway, he called us. He's awesome.
And I definitely want to get him in here just to talk about, his role. We thought of him as just a writer, and I've been, like I said, on IMDb and Wikipedia for the show, kind of just looking at some more information. Couple things about him. He's not just one of the writers. He gets producer credits. I don't know if you guys had seen that.
We
Yeah.
saw, we saw it today.
We saw it. I mean, I told you he had it on a couple episodes or one or two or whatever, and then we're all sitting there watching. And right, I DVR'd. I was
Yeah.
like, that is
Boom.
Prentice Penny.
Check it out.
Penny Prentice, whatever you call his name. And another thing.
You're gonna have to learn how to get
You're
that
gonna
right.
have to figure
Well,
it out.
because they're two interesting names. That's why. And then his Twitter handle's the Apprentice.
And we
so
have to ask him too if the reason that Penny has her name on the show is from
I
him.
doubt it. But
you don't think so?
no.
Penny, that's like such a random name, and he just happens to be a
No,
writer.
because Penny is perfect as Penny. But I know
He
that's
just
how it
happens
goes.
to be a writer. Oh, I'm gonna write this name Spicy Marty.
Yeah, we gotta get to know some of the other guys too, because the one thing I love
Yes, we'll get 'em.
about, as I'm reading these tweets and stuff, people are always tweeting lines from the show, which I say this all the time. It's a great reflection of the writing,
Yeah.
because that's what I see most of all is everybody's tweeting lines from the show, and I think that that's great. These guys do a
You
fantastic
said that a
job.
couple times, so I wrote some lines down because again, this show's.
perfect.
I don't want to say it's like tough to recap, but it is sort of tough to recap because every other show you just kind of talk about what happened, but this
Right.
is like the underhanded comments, not in a rude way, but they're all funny, and it's almost sometimes harder to recap because. I feel like every time we do a recap, it's a great little after show. We have fun, but then like 2 days later, me and you will be on the phone
Right.
or whatnot, and we're like, "Oh, remember that? Oh, we didn't bring it up because it's hard to
And
catch
how
it
about
all."
it's hard to do comedy
It
shows
is hard. Happy
because-
endings is hard. Boom.
Right, but
Ridiculous.
But when we try to recap it and like deliver the lines, it's never as good as when
Yeah.
it was on the show
Well-
because we're not comedians, so it's like
Well,
bump.
And even
when
like
we
I'm
do
gonna
it.
read off these lines. I'm just reading them off as they were funny lines, not necessarily
Try to
trying.
say it like them. Try
Oh,
to say it like
no,
Penny
I'm
and Damon.
not playing myself like that.
Try to say it like Brad and Jane.
There's only one Damon Wayans Jr. as Apprentice Penny calls him DW2, so I won't even try. But Max talks about, and these lines are always on the Twitter. They're always hashtagging them because they're very funny. So Max is talking about somebody he was dating before, and they were like, "Oh, yeah."
Okay, so Penny is not named after Penny. Sorry, we just
Oh.
cleared that out.
Dang it.
Can you
I
guys?
thought I was onto something.
Sorry.
I didn't think so. You thought so, really?
I thought so.
No, it's a coincidence.
I don't know, ego. I don't know. I was hoping
Maybe.
he wasn't as humble. Darn it, he's
Yeah.
humble.
No.
Dang it. Because he definitely didn't mention like, hey, by the way, I'm also getting producer credits on the show.
Who?
He did, Prentice.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'm glad you are kind of back on Prentice Penny for a second because no, it's because
She brought up
No.
Princess Penny.
Oh, okay.
That's who you're tweeting at, right? It wasn't named after Penny.
No, Happy Wright's tweeting me too, and they're helping me answer my questions.
Oh,
I love
nice.
it.
Oh,
See, we're
perfect.
live
I love
chatting
it.
on the show.
Yeah.
Exclusive. After exclusive.
All right, well, since we are so complimentary too to the writers and everything, I was gonna tell you because here at AfterBuzz we also do a Oscar special that we're gonna be doing
Right.
as probably even as soon as next week. Those are the dates I have them. But anyways, just keep watching. But Prentice Penny, he also is has some kind of credits on a movie you're gonna recap, right?
Oh.
You don't know.
No, I'm not going to be recapping the movie that you're talking about.
Oh no! How to train a dragon or something like that?
I won't be recapping that, no, but
Oh,
I
I thought
appreciate
that was
you shouting that
you.
out.
Well, at the end of the day.
Shout out to AfterBuzz for
Okay.
doing that film.
Anyway, well then that information doesn't even matter. Okay, let me go over some lines. So Max is talking about somebody he dated, and they were like, "Oh, because Max is like, well, why do you guys like Grant so much? What's the deal about him? Everyone I'm dating, huh?
I just figured out why you thought that, because I'm doing Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, what'd you say?
No, two different movies.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
is there,
Back to quotes.
are there
One's a
there
cartoon, the other's
is there
not.
is there
Yeah.
two movies that have to do with dragons? I'm a
Yes,
TV.
yes.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
why- this is
I
why,
did not mean to bust you out. I'm so
it's
sorry.
okay. No, it's not a big deal. This is why I'm employed with AfterBuzz TV because I'm a TV fanatic.
It's okay.
And I don't watch movies. Lonely Friday nights, I guess. I don't watch movies. There you go. Big surprise, right? So anyways, let's do some lines because I can't recover from this,
Do
right?
them, go.
He said, no, they're not going to be funny. They
No,
are
go ahead.
not going to be funny.
Let's try to deliver them. Let's go.
We've built
Well,
them up so much.
No, I
you
mean,
must
it's the,
deliver them
it's,
right.
It's the third
Stop
time.
making excuses. Let's go.
It's the third time I have tried. Okay. So once again, you guys going to cut me off?
No,
No.
go ahead.
Okay. Max, it's not going to be funny. Max is saying how he doesn't, why do you guys not like any of the people I date before? He goes, yeah, I was with that astronaut, and you guys said, oh, space isn't in the final frontier. Okay, see, it's not. I can't do it.
I don't think you can read your own handwriting.
That's what I think it is. I don't think you can read your notes.
That's pretty sloppy, right? Okay, well, I already said live in the now was from Jane. Why wasn't that as funny for you as it was? Which writer, since you guys are answering Kelly right now,
We gotta know who delivered that line
which
first.
writer hit that? Because why was that not as funny for you, Marty, as it was for me? That line was so funny for me.
To live in the now?
Because for her to say that, she goes, she was passionate about it. She goes, Grant makes me want to live in the now. And that is so hard for me. That was funny.
And then she went and bought batteries. Impulse buy batteries.
Why didn't you
Big deal.
connect to that? Why, like,
Come on.
how did you not connect to that? You must have been
Okay,
writing,
so Prentice Penny wrote The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
as I
But you were
said.
calling it
You were
How to
calling it
Train
a
Your
different
Dragon. That's a
movie.
cartoon.
You were calling it a different
But
movie.
why
I was
did
like, wait, I haven't seen that cartoon. I'm doing The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Well, why did,
Anyway, okay.
why?
But shout out to Prentice Penny for his work on The Girl with
No
the
more
Dragon
shout outs to
Tattoo.
Prentice. Now, until you get over here, just be
We're
funny
sorry
when you
about
get
that,
here. Okay, so Alex, another great little quote, or just the way she delivered it. What Alex did was to get Grant to come, because everyone wanted Grant to come around. What she did was she decided to get a little chicken, not a real chicken, but her chicken, and throw it in the garbage
Oh, the
disposal.
bones.
Yeah, and her line, and again, it's the way they deliver it too, which is why I sound terrible
I think
doing
I
it.
wrote that one
She
down.
goes, oh, I love destroying chicken bones. See, now I wrote it wrong. What did she say?
Oh, she likes crushing bodies.
The
or
sound
something.
of crushing, bones crushing.
like-
She feels like God destroying life or
Did
something like
she say
that.
the word God?
Yeah.
Did she really say that?
Something along
It
those
It was
lines.
something like that. It was awesome. And her face, she did like a cute little evil
I can
smile.
relate to that though. There are days where you're just kind of like, God, I just want to put it down the garbage disposal.
Really?
Oh yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I have an hour drive in 405 traffic. So
Yeah.
I feel
Garbage
like that
disposal right
sometimes.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, you're west side of the valley, right?
Mm.
Okay. Yes, that is an hour and
No bueno.
2 hours. Okay. So then there was another great line, I think. And again, it's all the delivery because it's not even the delivery. It's the way the stories, like the way that these characters, you know what they're almost going to say, right? Because with real friends, that's what I'm going to comment. This is going to save me because I'm saying I'm unfunny. It will. It's going to save me because I'm saying it not too funny. But that's what it is.
On
These
purpose, though. Not
on
because you
purpose.
can't.
Yeah. I'm chillaxing from the show.
now.
So yeah, it's because you know kind of where their tone is and what they're gonna
Yeah.
say. So I really liked. I could appreciate when Brad and Jane looked at each other. I think Jane might have delivered the line, and she goes, "Man, why didn't Sean want to have sex with us?" Like that. That was a funny line because you know how type A she is, and you know Brad's reactions. You know Damon Wayans Jr. That he's just so like it just worked. I liked that one a lot too. And then yes, you're smarter than you are tall. I thought that was another really
That was
good
really
one
cute.
from Max. Can we talk about Adam Pally?
Yes.
Because after we had him on the show last week, he was our guest call-in. We might have another actor call in the show today, possibly as well. You know, Kellie
I don't
does.
know. He's like ignoring.
Pa-
I think he's busy.
Power publicist over here. You were telling me like a lot is going on for his career right now, and obviously we only had like 2 minutes to be on the phone with him because they called us. He called us while they were shooting. I guess they shoot a lot on Tuesday nights, or what is it, Wednesday night?
Wednesdays.
Oh, I'm really losing it.
Well, yeah, he was just featured in Elle magazine that we saw.
Yes.
You know, he was on Conan the other night, and I love that
In
he
a
showed up in a
tuxedo.
tuxedo, being a lot more dressed up, and it was a little bit awkward how he was talking about. Oh, he just had a baby 6 weeks ago, so congratulations to him for that. I can't believe I missed that.
Do we have a baby
I can't
voice? We
believe
can
it.
play?
Oh.
But he was talking.
You do it.
He kept saying how if you want to have a baby, don't.
Hey,
Oh, there it
we
is.
have everything on
He is a
AfterBuzz.
far better engineer than me because if you guys would have asked me, I would have been like, make it up yourself.
See,
Anyways,
Aw.
let's ask our engineer real quick. He's not on camera, but have you got a chance to watch this show at all ever? You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. Did you guys?
Well, I want to just quote Ronnie while we were watching the show real quick because
I hope
it
it was
made me
funny.
laugh out loud that there was a line, a part of the show, I can't remember which one it was, that he was cracking up laughing, paused the recording and said, "I hate anybody who doesn't watch the show."
Because I think life has it's what we talk about. Like obviously you could go to HBO, Showtime, Stars, and watch these great critically acclaimed shows. But I mean,
I
I
always
just
look at me when
I'm
you say that.
no, I'm like a nice guy, like Mama Dina's son, and I like to laugh, and life throws the challenges. I'm not saying I have a tough life at all. Great life, but I'm saying I like to just let go and laugh, and that's what this show does. And the fact that it's called Happy Endings.
Goes and laughs.
The fact that it's called Happy Endings really ties it all together. So because everyone thinks that's like naughty and dirty and all that good stuff, which I
Thanks.
always forget. I
Thanks.
always
No, it is true.
yeah
Do you know when I was looking up information and doing my research today, looking up happy endings?
yeah
What I found?
yo and furthermore I was
A couple
here
bars I need to check out.
here here at here at AfterBuzz we do the like top 10 iTunes from the broadcast, and like Happy Endings been up there a lot lately because Valentine's Day and
Fist pumps.
So yeah, the show's already good. Great ensemble cast, and then you have a funny name too. Like it's a win. It is a win, and I just would hope that everyone starts watching it if you want to let go and laugh. You know?
It's something catchy, it's a title that you're random, like, I could actually get my boyfriend to sit and watch with me.
Right,
It's like,
right, right.
let's watch the show Happy Endings.
Have you guys
It's
watched
like-
it together?
We have.
And then what happens next?
Ronnie, you are naughty
we
today,
sit-
aren't you?
I was an interviewer.
I'm
I had to ask
blushing
her,
now.
yeah. I had to ask her those hard-hitting questions.
They order pizza, right?
We order in.
Was there any other was there any other quotes or things that stuck out to you guys that were really funny about this episode? I still think Dave, even though there wasn't much that we talked about, I still think he was really funny. So whoever wrote those lines and/or just the way they, like you said, dressing, the way
Yeah.
they dressed them and found a way to make wanna be cool look so bad. Like that was really what I liked about his part in the show.
No, it was adorable. My favorite part was when everybody showed up to dinner, though. Like when
That was the ending, yeah.
When they're pretty much like pulling at him.
When like Penny thought that she had this like mastermind plan to swoop in there and steal the relationship couple friends.
Yeah.
And then everybody winds up having the same exact plan.
Yeah.
Like that was my.
Well, and then
funniest
Grant's
part.
like, "Oh, party of 2. Oh, okay, we'll make it party of 4." He goes
Right.
back in. Well, I mean, a party of 6. Oh, okay, a party of 8. It was just like more and more and more people kept showing up, which okay. And this is one thing I will say. I like when the thing that sells this show. Remember when we first did our first AfterBuzz recap on Happy Endings? I guess you could say this. We didn't love the first one, remember, off the season premiere?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
the season premiere, but it was when we started doing it,
Right.
which was about, 6 weeks ago?
Mhm.
The show had been off since, the holiday or whatnot, and it was the new one. And we were like, oh, me and Kellie especially, we were like, we love this show. What was it about that first episode that we didn't like when we started recapping? It was because all the different groups were separate, and this show wins, right? Wouldn't you agree?
When you
Right.
tie it all
When
together.
they're together, because it does remind me of friendship. Recently, Madi and I, we had a chance to have like a group of our friends together. Kellie was busy. We obviously would have called you. Sorry,
Yeah.
Grammy parties. Sorry, she was partying with Diddy.
Sorry, I had to hang with
I
Diddy.
kept getting
I don't
sent
know.
a voicemail.
But it's true. Like this is what wins, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just like you said it last episode, Ronnie. You love love. I do. I guess. I mean, I love like being happy and that whole
Can
thing.
we just write really quick show like our happy ending, how we give our friendship hugs, like our
Oh
hand
well,
hugs?
that's what I was gonna say.
I want to see it because I missed.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it one
Okay.
second. Well,
Do they
oh,
have
you want to do it
that?
right away? Okay. So it's
Hand hug.
hand hug.
So it's really simple. Come on, hand hug, other hand.
Oh wait. Oh.
I mean, did we make it
Do you
up?
not feel the love?
I
sweet.
feel
You have to
it.
feel
Okay, but listen.
Come Hand hug.
I dig
Feel
that.
that? Do you
I
feel
like
that?
that.
So we
Right
did
there,
this.
thank you.
We're gonna do it all the time.
We did this at 1:30 in the morning, so everyone was like buzzed, drunk at the time, and it was literally like a group. And it was so weird because.
Except for my virgin lips, I had never tasted alcohol in my life.
Oh, right. Well, I was on some shots of some vodka or something like that. But the point is, I remember, and this is what I think is cool about this show, because I can love a show and not have to be, you know that term, it's relatable. I can actually love a show and not have anything to do with it.
Right.
But this show, I do feel like it's a little relatable, and I think, you know, for us, that night in specific, we had different plans. And then we ended up meeting with 2 friends, and then we ended up acquiring one more, and then
Right.
that one more was going to meet another friend, and we literally were all there hanging out.
It's happy endings, just like the show.
We
We
had-
all wound up at dinner together. It was
And then at
crazy.
1:30 in the morning, we were drunk, except for her, and we did,
Okay,
and we
guilty.
did hand hugs, and honestly, like,
And then did you say good day, tiny madam?
yeah, we said all of that, yeah. It reminded me of the show, and I thought that was kind of special. That when you watch this show, we do the recaps, you laugh at happy endings, and we kind of had our own little version of that this week.
We
you
did.
know,
We
and
had
that-
our own little penny moments, and I can't stop saying amazing.
Yeah.
Every single 5 minutes, I'm saying it about
Well,
something.
what about today when she was like, that sucks?
That's souk. I love
Yeah.
everything that comes out of Penny's
Okay,
mouth.
if
She's
we
becoming my favorite.
we were doing this with other shows. Who was your favorite of the episode? Like who
this
was?
episode.
Yeah. Who?
Penny.
Penny. So it's okay. It's been Penny a lot. Who
And
was?
she won it again.
Who was yours?
Grant, I like that he lost it at the end.
I
Okay.
thought that was a cool little spin. I agree.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all
Yeah.
coming. What? Who was
My
your-
favorite was Dave. He was trying so hard.
You know what's
I
weird?
liked it.
I want to say Jane because I felt like Jane did get to, and I know Apprentice Penny does tweet you to say, "Oh, you're gonna like Jane." I really thought Dave, even though his jokes, and we didn't mention much of his character, but it was good, right?
I like when
You
he
guys
was
always agree.
like when they when
I
they're
think I
in the
just agree with
kitchen when they're in the kitchen and then you see him sitting on the counter laying back with his
Pouting.
shades on.
He was
And he's like,
so
"What are you
cool.
talking
Like
about?"
every time Greg came up, he was like, "Oh God!" Like he
Whatever.
got like a little attitude every single.
I
time.
like
It was
how
adorable.
when Grant got upset, he's like, "What is it gonna do to take you to
That
give
was
it?"
so funny though. But I will admit that Jane was a lot more funny this episode because I do love the dynamics between her and Brad. I think
Right.
that they are a believable couple because they both bounce and feed off of each other. I have 2 friends that are similar to that. Both are comedians, and it's so funny to see them interact because it's like, oh my gosh, how do you deal with that much funniness?
Yeah.
Like they're both hilarious together.
Well, people, she said in an interview that people actually stop her and, said that they have to research and see if they're really not together.
I can totally
Really?
see
Yeah,
that.
On a
it's
on a
'cause it's
sitcom?
so,
chemistry
Wow.
their chemistry
Wow.
is so
Fabulous.
powerful.
Yeah.
It is. It's great. That's great.
Or
that
Penny
they...
would call it like fab.
Uh,
She'd call it
Yeah.
something like that.
I wonder, and this is a question for the writers or the people that work with Damon Wayans Jr. and you've had some experience with him as well. But like, I saw him on Jimmy Kimmel's show, and he was like, I love how, and I don't know, maybe he's like completely exciting and loud or whatever.
Yeah, he
But
is.
his character as a person is like that. But he seemed a little more subtle on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and I'm just wondering if he's one of those entertainers that's really quiet and chill, but when they get out there on stage, they perform. What do you think generally?
I've had the pleasure of a friend bringing me to his house when I first met him, and sitting down to eat with him, it's exactly.
Oh, it is the same.
It's the same.
Oh, I thought maybe
he
different.
probably doesn't even know, but he probably doesn't even realize he's doing this. But I'm watching him like while I'm eating, and I felt like I had already purchased like my tickets to a comedic show. Like he's
Yeah.
he's
Okay, good.
just a funny person
Yeah.
all around. He can make a joke out of rice. He makes a joke about everything.
Right.
But I think that's because of his upbringing.
Yeah.
Well, because did you see when he was on Jimmy Kimmel that he made a
Yes.
joke that it was like in
Exactly.
300 when they hold up the babies, if you're not funny, they toss you.
Right.
Yeah, he does say that.
You grow up
Yeah.
with like Jim Carrey coming to your house. You have no choice but to be funny.
And I love that he has to like be ready for those questions because every person who does an interview with with him is probably like, oh, you're from the famous family, like,
Right.
and you know, even though the actors are like, you know, ran through their PR people to say the right things, sometimes you can still see it in their eyes. They're like, oh, stop asking me this question about my family. He seems to be generally okay with it, and that's what I liked. But if you ever wanted to do an interview with us at AfterBuzz, we would never ask that question. You got a funny family, we get it. We saw in living color, and we will watch the new season when it comes out, or whatever. Anyways, let's go to a commercial, and we'll talk about the show. Happy endings. Paul, take it away, brother. Oh, possibly.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV. AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Sorry.
yes.
Okay, we were just talking about things we'd like to see in this show. I definitely feel like hand hugs may be the next great.
Hand hug.
It would be funny. But would it be for all of them, or would it be for just like a certain, like Penny
I
would
think they
nail
should
it.
all do it.
They should all do hand hugs. Like,
Yeah.
and that was
At
a
the
big-
same time.
That was
Did
a
we
big,
come up
collectively.
we
with
came up with that. One of our friends, Jimmy, invented the hand hug, and
Are
he
you
taught
sure
it all.
he did?
He invented it.
Somebody's got.
The founder of hand hugs is one of our friends. We can gladly say it's gonna be like Facebook. Just watch out.
If anybody has seen a hand hug before right
But,
now, please let me
but
know.
I
I need to
I-
research
I
this.
wouldn't want them to
Hand
write
hug.
it. I wouldn't want them to work it in the storyline in the sense of just a hand hug. It was the fact that we started a night of like, okay, well, us two are gonna hang, and then we called Sean, our friend Sean, and then, oh, well, where are you going? And then, oh, there was so and so, and it became a bigger group, and then by 1:30, everyone's
We're
just
all hand hugging.
enjoying, embracing the night. It was a happy endings moment, and then like we're hand hugging at 1:30 when the place
So
is
that's the
closing
next
down.
concept for happy endings.
Yeah, so I
hand
thought that
hugs.
was really fun, and I really literally, I think I even told you the next day. I was like, that was like our happy endings, like after, you know, like the TV
It
show,
was. We
not
turned
the
it
dirty
into
happy
reality.
endings, but the fun, you know, the TV show itself,
Definitely.
ABC style.
Oh, somebody's seen the hand hug on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, see, I
What?
told you we didn't
That's
make
where
it.
he got
I
it
knew
I said
it.
Jimmy. I didn't say which Jimmy.
Nice.
I like your stuff.
Nice
I was like, I
recovery.
don't know if he was that slick.
I mean, you know, we go way back, Jimmy and I.
Oh, okay. Let's ask one question because we're going to wrap up here. Do we want to see any more guest stars? And if so, who? I don't know. I know they've already done an episode with like a musician and the groupie thing, but I feel like these characters, right? Wouldn't you agree? I mean, every one of them, Damon Wayans Jr.'s character as Brad, he could be the biggest groupie, and he could play that off so well.
Oh, yeah.
Which entertainer would you want them to want to go see a concert of, and which of the cast would you want them to like be the real big groupie? I'm thinking Diddy and Brad. Like that's to me, or something like that.
I'm
or-
thinking Dave
Beyonce.
Matthews and Brad.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Only because Dave Matthews is a phenomenal actor.
He's funny.
Funny as all can be. And
Yeah.
for the two of them, their dynamic, I think, would really
Ooh, that would be good.
So I think we could all agree that Brad. We want to. If there was a groupie scene, it would be Brad would be the biggest payoff, or would it be Penny? Maybe
Well, we've
Penny.
seen Penny in
Well,
action.
we've seen Penny
There's
as a
been the
groupie
groupie
already.
episode, and she is like a great groupie.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
it comes to groupies, she's like one of the best.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a good episode.
I also want to see, let's go back to some past episodes, things we want to see more of. I want to see more of Max getting mad that his food is eaten. Because anytime they make a joke about skinny fat, or what did Dave tell him in that one episode? He goes, oh, well, really, he had two breakfasts, Sorry. Well, I guess, how would you say
Two
that?
breakfasts.
Two breakfasts.
Two breakfasts.
Two breakfasts.
Two breakfasts.
Two breakfasts.
Ooh,
breakfast.
Brad a groupie with Gene Simmons. How about that?
Oh, is that like an idea?
That's an
Or wait, has
idea.
that been done?
No, that's an idea.
Oh, that would be a good one.
That could be a
Oh,
good
you
one.
could play
See,
it for
I
fun.
wouldn't mind seeing Max being a groupie of Diddy if we had Diddy
That
on.
would be.
Okay.
I
love
think
Diddy.
that
Maybe
would
I'm only
be a good
thinking
one.
Diddy because I think Diddy would want to do the project.
Well,
Because
he's
obviously,
funny.
And you hung with him this week. So
To be on the show, you have to be able to make fun of yourself, and Diddy can
Diddy
do
can
it.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Diddy would be the one. Yeah. Did he and who? Who
I
you
think
saying?
Max.
Max would want to.
Or
Okay.
maybe, yeah, or Alex. That would be kind of funny to see them as the groupie.
And do we want to
I
see?
want James to
Go
come
ahead.
back.
Actually,
I
it
want
would
to see
be
more James.
ironic
Yeah.
to see like Dave be Diddy's groupie.
Dave?
Yes, that would be funny.
Because
If
then that
Dave-
would make him kind of cool.
That would
Yeah.
make him kind of
Dave
cool
be
and
Diddy.
unpredictable.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, we gotta at least say who Jane would be a groupie for. But see, Jane wouldn't be a groupie. She'd be so particular, and she'd be so on.
No,
'cause
remember?
she
Because
was like-
remember the back in the day
She'd be
episode
like
where she had
Hillary
like the pink
Clinton's
hair
groupie.
and like all that. I could see her
She
being
was a
group-
Grant groupie tonight.
She
Oh,
was.
Yeah, that's what made her funny. That's what I liked about
She
her.
was a Grant groupie tonight. She
Everybody
was all
was a groupie
happy.
tonight.
You know,
Yeah.
paraoy, like,
Yeah.
you know, she kind of changed who she was.
I really like.
Accommodate.
Max, a groupie of Richard Simmons.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but-
would be funny.
Oh, and then the whole episode they could be talking
But
about.
Max is almost too cool to be a groupie of Richard Simmons.
But you
Richard
could
Simmons
mi-
would have
you
to be
could
back.
mix
That's-
it. No,
yeah.
you could
But
mix.
see, that's the whole thing.
And when you communicate, sometimes as friends, you like don't get the information correct. You know, like telephone. So it could be like Simmons, and then like the payoff could be something along the lines of, "It was not Gene Simmons, it was Richard Simmons." There's something there. Anyways, I could talk forever about this show, you
Wait,
guys.
can I just say, I think Max is cooler than Dave. Would you guys not agree? He'd be
well,
more of the
yeah,
cool one, but
he
he's,
is more
Max
the
is-
cool one,
he's playing
but
the gay. He's playing the gay one, but I
but
think
he's
that
more like
cool
the frat
too.
guy though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing. He's more like the frat guy, and that's in that sense.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But he's got like this kind of Baxter thing going on too, where he doesn't
Yeah.
like fall in love. He's more
He
of a
doesn't, he doesn't
heartbreaker.
care what nobody
Yeah,
thinks.
when he, no, when
and
he was,
like all that.
cool.
when he was
Yeah.
with Grant, I think he gave him a pound. Like,
Yes,
he was like,
yes.
"Please," you know, like, he was like, what, you know, that's what they were all staring at. You know?
Yes. That's
So
insane.
bring on more groupies. We want to see that. The groupie moments are funny to watch. We want to see more of Alex as a like love person, right?
Right.
That
Wanna
because that's
play
been
with that
working.
more, yeah.
That has been working the
Mhm.
last 2 episodes. I wonder how much of like the market research they do. Like, you know, what are people saying? Because maybe people said, yeah, put Alex in vulnerable, love, nice situations, and let's let the jokes fly because they're really Jane was the one I thought was funny, and you were like, no, Alex is one of the funniest ones, and now I'm kind of there too. So
See? Woo,
cool.
woo. Yes, definitely.
Any last thoughts about happy endings? We could wrap it up, Paul. In
Oh,
1
okay.
second
So
here.
tonight's episode was written by Leela. I'm gonna
I'm not the
they
only
put
one
the
who can't write
they
and
put the
read.
pronunciation for me too, and I'm gonna mess it up.
Go ahead, just
Strand?
roll your tongue.
Strachan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me see what it looks like. Let
Um,
me try to guess.
The top one. Do I pronounce the CH? Strachan?
Strachan? No.
Well, Leela, you did a
Strachan.
fabulous job. It was
Strachan.
like a
Strachan.
great episode. She's pretty okay. She's pretty awesome, I think.
Pretty
And we would, like I said, we would love to have, a number of the writers in.
Yes,
If all you
Kellie
guys can
will
come
work
by,
the
we
book.
can work it all out. Because, like I said, people tweet all the lines from the show, and I think that is great. I see that more on this show than I do other shows.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
I mean,
guys
yeah, I'm
definitely
into it.
pat yourselves on the back because that's
Completely
pretty awesome.
locked in. Do you have a favorite episode?
Last week's, hands down, was just hilarious.
Really?
Oh, the
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the whole ripping of the body parts and all that was left was the heart. And I'm like, well, there's nothing romantic about that.
You know, every
Yeah.
time I try to tell that story to my friends to try to tell them Valentine's is real. St.
Yeah.
Valentine's existed, but I couldn't do it quite as good.
Nobody
As
could
Alex
pay it
Alex
off
did,
like that.
yeah. Yeah.
She's really, really
But
funny.
that taught me something. It was like a history lesson, that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But this was by far my favorite. Every episode becomes my favorite. Every new episode.
Yeah. You're plugged in.
I'm plugged in. Oh,
I
I'm
love
in
it.
there.
I
I'm in there.
love it.
I've been won over.
And I'm really, on this Happy Endings recap, I want to start doing a, what do you call it, like profiles on some of, not just the actors, but the writers, and
Yeah.
even the creator. I would love to know what caused the creator to write this show. Like, was he like me that loves group, friends or whatever, a group hang? They talked about that last episode. So cheers to the group hang. Hopefully,
And like the wardrobe people on the show, I
Yeah.
think you guys do a great job. All in all, it's a great combination
yeah.
I love the best
of,
look.
of people for that.
AfterBuzz
So.
fans, let's all do what we can to keep this show doing well. Happy Endings
Yes,
on ABC.
make sure to watch.
We'll go down the little order of Twitter handles if they
You
want.
guys can play with my Twitter at spicy_Mari.
All right.
Mine is Miriam L. Gonzalez.
Okay.
Kellie with an IE 079.
Okay, and mine is at Ronnie Jr. Media because somebody from Twitter that was a single dad with like 8 Twitter followers, he has Ronnie Jr. So now I have to have a longer Twitter name. Sorry. Okay, cool. AfterBuzzTV.com. Thank you so much. Happy Endings, the after show. Miriam, did you have fun?
I did. Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
All
for
right.
coming, Miriam.
And we'll shout out at Nick Purdue, who's our co-host, but he can never show up because his car is always broken.
He was tweeting with me, so he was here in
Somebody
spirit.
give him a
Oh,
shot.
he was playing with your
Yeah,
Twitter.
he was playing with my Twitter.
Happy Endings. Thank you one more time to Paul for doing a great job over there. In our Studio B, our engineer. So that's it. Happy endings. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.